Today we're going to take a quick look at the Caran D'Ache 849 ballpoint pen, one of my favorite pens to carry around. And when I first took a look at that pen, I wondered if I could fit a refill from an EnerGel pen in there. So this is an EnerGel refill, Pentel EnerGel, and that's my favorite ink refill. It dries real quick, and being left-handed, that's pretty handy for me. And then this is the stock Caran D'Ache refill, and if you just take a look at the two, they are pretty similar. You know, it looks like you should be able to just trim down the barrel on this guy, and then you might have enough room in the pen to make that work. The problem you run into is the taper on here and how far this thin barrel is, and actually this point in the pen right here is actually too thick for the tip of the pen. If you insert that in there, it gets stuck. So in order to make the EnerGel refill work, you have to do a couple of things. You actually have to find a smaller, thinner springs, because here's the stock spring, and for whatever reason it won't work with that. So I just harvested from another pen a really thin, lightweight spring, and then you have to pretty heavily modify and sand the tip on the EnerGel refill, which you have to do it so much that I wonder if it's still okay. Like, have I taken it to the point that if you carry this around in your pocket, is it gonna snap right here where the plastic is super thin, because I had to take so much out of there to make it work. And of course trimming down the barrel so that it's the right length. And I mean, it works. We can put it in there with that smaller spring. Put the cap back on. If I can get it to thread. There we go. Alright, so there we go, fully retracted and extended, but it just doesn't, it's not ideal. And if you look, there's a decent amount of wiggle in the tip there, and that may be because I sanded it a little too far, but you know, it works. If you wanted to try to carry a Pentel refill inside a Caran D'Ache pen, it could be done, but it takes a lot of sanding and a specific spring. So you know, I took it over to the belt sander and just slowly worked at an angle and took that down to be really similar to this guy in taper, and then just kind of slowly test fitted in the pen to see when it would work. But I don't think this is ideal. I'm afraid that carrying this, it's going to break, and you can actually see, if you look right there, it's already got a weak point where it's starting to split the plastic. So I'm not confident in carrying that in my pocket. So the answer to being able to, can you put a Pentel EnerGel refill inside a Caran D'Ache 849 pen? The answer is maybe, but probably not. So for now, I guess I'm stuck with the stock refill in my Caran D'Ache, and I may have to kind of mess around with some other similar refills to see if I can find something I really like. But I'm a little bummed because I thought maybe I'd be able to make those EnerGels fit in there and be a little more consistent, but it's just not likely. This is a much better fit with the stock refill in there. So anyway, hope that's useful for somebody. Have a good one.